Alright guys, here it is, Saturday morning, I think June 7th. And somebody had asked, we are back from Cebu, and somebody had asked for some video of the exposed aggregate. And I'm kind of going to try to pick up this process here. So they started this yesterday. Felix and Naldo, they're the exposed aggregate experts here on Team Mabuhay. And Steph Curry wishes he knew as much as Naldo does on concrete there. So Curry may know basketball, but he don't know nothing about concrete. So I got the experts here. So here they are. They're making up their batch here. They're just taking cement and the gravel, the colored gravel that we have, and they're just mixing it up a batch of it right here, kind of a drier batch. And then what they'll do is they'll lay it out here, as you can see here on the cement, and they're forming it. You can see he's forming it right there, forming the edge, and making that nice and stiff. And once it gets stiff enough, they're going to come back with that sponge that Felix has in his hand there, and they're going to wipe off the top layer of cement, and it is going to look like this. And it doesn't quite match the what the pool guys did, and that's to be expected, just simply because you get different bags of cement, different colors, you know, just a different ratio of what's going on. We'll also put acid on this, which will lighten it up a little bit. I'm not sure why they put the acid on there, but they do. And I have to look that up to see what the acid is. I remember doing that in California, putting muriatic acid on top of the exposed aggregate before we put a sealer coat, some kind of paint type product on there that made it shiny. We're not putting any paint product on this, but here we are with our exposed aggregate there. You've got a good mix going on. And this is definitely going to be nicer for the pool. Make it a little bit wider. So let me come back I'll come back and get a shot when they start doing their sponge work. If you can just see that, that's just pure cement and with the colored gravel there. And in the Philippines, cement work is just kind of like it's temporary for them. Everything is cement here, so they don't have any qualms about putting it down or dealing with it or working with it. And in the U.S., you know, I think cement was kind of seen as permanent. You put down cement and you better have your act together, but here it's like, whatever. Put it down, take it out, redo it. It's just a way of life around here. So, and they're doing the sides here as well. It's looking good. Well, here comes the boss lady. Luckily, she saw that I had the pool equipment out and was doing some pool cleaning. But I'm going to get in there and vacuum, but I'm going to get in the pool so I don't disturb the workers. Alright, so here the guys are. They're making up a batch of the cement here. One bag of cement. And then they put in 26.3 grams of gravel. They measure it out for not a joke, people. They just kind of eyeball how much gravel they think they need in there. And then when they put it down, they can tell if they need a little more or a little less, or, well, a little more, I guess. And then they can put it in there because there's no taking gravel out of it. But yeah, they'll mix this up with the water, hand mix it right there. And we are going to, and then they'll roll it down. So I'm waiting for this to kind of get a little firmer up there, and then they'll start sponging it off. And I will give you a video of that so you can see how they do the aggregate there. So, and they got the string right here to kind of lay out where their edge is going to be as they're going along there. So there it is right there. That's as finished as it needs to be before they put the sponge to it. So. Alright guys, so here they started to wipe it off. It's still a little wet, so they stopped. And then they got a new batch of mix right here, and so they put it down. And then they're going to put more gravel in there. Pebbles, they call it here. We call it pebbles here in the Philippines, not gravel. I got to quit calling it that. Pebbles, decorative rock. And then they'll push that down into the cement a little bit, so when they do come back to wipe it off, we have a nice clean for nice showing of the pebbles. And you can see he precisely puts down 0.6 of a gram per square millimeter. He's got this all measured out, all calculated in his head. See right there? Right there. 6 kilos. 6/10 of a kilo. And if you believe that, I got some swampland I'm going to sell you. All right, we're making good progress there. I'm cleaning the pool while these guys are doing the concrete here. See? There we go. I'm going to push that down. Alright guys, so here they are now with the sponge, and they're wiping off the top layer of cement to expose the aggregate, the pebbles, the rocks, whatever we want to call them today. And you can kind of see how that's taking shape there, kind of a slow going process. Dip the sponge in the water, get it cleaned up. You just want just enough water to have the sponge damp, because you don't want to take the underlayment of cement that's holding the pebble in, just enough off the top. Just like that. Okay, and so now we're getting these, we got this whole section exposed here. Just kind of clean it up, and so continue along the way there. We're going to build two sidewalk walkways too, and we're going to do the black rock like you guys did on the stairs. So, yeah. Alright, and so this is the garlic. My wife is cooking garlic over there, so I'm thinking garlic on the brain. Our exposed aggregate here. It's all been finished, all been acid washed. Take the muriatic acid, roll the muriatic acid on there, kind of with a paintbrush, and this is what it looks like. It's not perfect, but it is good. It's going to serve its purpose. Part of the problem is, not a problem, but it would have looked better if we did it all in one big pour. But we did with the rain and just the labor and the work days, they stopped in a couple spots and started, so it looks a little different, but it's not the end of the world. And that's what the exposed aggregate looks like. I know in some cases they will, you can put a chemical, like a paint product on here, kind of like a wet seal or whatever, and it'll make it kind of shiny all the time. And we're not going to do that here. Just going to leave it just like this. And that's what we have. It matches the pool pretty good, and we also did this slope down to our kubo down here. Goes right down into there. Happy with how it turned out. And that's what we got. So that part of the project is done. So, alright guys, thanks for watching.